Welcome! I'm going to show you how to edit the 2-pillow mock-up in Photoshop. First, you want to have this layers panel open, so if you don't see the layers panel, go to Window and then click on Layers to open it up. Now to insert your design, you just want to click the arrow on either the pillow right or pillow left layer and expand the layer group, and then just double click the thumbnail icon in the Design-Pillow layer. And that's going to open up a smart object where you can just copy and paste your design. Next, go to File, Open, and then find your design. And then we'll go to Select All. And then Edit, Copy. Click back on the Smart Object tab and go to Edit, Paste. And then you may want to resize that. So to do that, go to Edit, Free Transform. I'm just going to press Control- to zoom out. It would be Command- if you're on a Mac. And then just click and drag any one of the 4 corners. Dragging in makes it smaller, dragging out makes it bigger. If you have an older version of Photoshop, you used to have to hold down the Shift key to keep the design proportional. So if you see it getting distorted, just go to Edit and then click on Undo and do the opposite of whatever you were doing, whether that's holding down the Shift key or not holding it down. And once that's sized, you can just go to File, Save. And then click the X to close the Smart Object tab and close the original graphics. And you'll see it put it on the pillow just like that for us. You can do the same thing with the left pillow. We'll click the arrow to expand the layer group and then double click the thumbnail icon in the Design-Pillow layer. And since we already copied it, we can just start with Edit, Paste. And if you needed to, you could free transform that. We'll go to File, Save to save it. Usually it's a little bit faster, but today my computer wants to think a little bit. It always seems like when you want the computer to work fast, that's when it decides to spin. Alright, I'll just close that. And now we've got the design on both pillows. If you wanted to change the color of the pillow, just click the eye icon to turn the design layer off, and then double click the thumbnail icon in the Color-Pillow layer. And that's going to bring up a color picker. You can just click in the rainbow slider to change the color, and then click in the gradiated box to change the lightness and darkness of that color. You can also sample colors from your image by just hovering over it and clicking when you see a little eyedropper icon. And if you knew the color values, you could enter them in here. When you're done, you can press OK. If you wanted to copy and paste the color, you could click in this little box next to the pound sign and then just drag to select it. To copy it, you would press Control-C on a PC or Command-C on a Mac. And then you would just go to the other pillow, double click the thumbnail icon, click and drag to select the number next to the pound sign, and press Command-V on a PC or Control-V, Command-V on a Mac, or Control-V on a PC to paste it. You can adjust the shading on these pillows by clicking the box next to the More Pillow Shading layer. That'll make it a little more contrasty. If you click on the More Pillow Shading layer and then click the down arrow next to Opacity, you can make it more intense by dragging the slider to the right. You can make it more subtle by dragging it to the left. You can do something similar with the shadows under the pillow by clicking the arrow next to the pillow shadows group, and then clicking on either the shadows, and then clicking the down arrow next to fill, and dragging the slider to the right to make it darker, or the left to make it more subtle. And depending on which mockup you purchased, you may have different backgrounds. So to cycle through the backgrounds, just click the little arrow in the backgrounds layer. And then if you had different backgrounds, you could just click the eye icon on and off, or click this little box to turn the background layers on and off. You could also add your own background in here, simply by going to File, Open, finding it on your computer, and then just copying and pasting it in, similar to how we copied and pasted in the design. And that's all there is to editing the 2-pillow mockup in Photoshop. If you're going to use this as a thumbnail online, like on Etsy, you'll want to save a version as a Jpeg. To do that, just go to File, Save a Copy. And then change the drop-down menu next to Save as Type from PSD to Jpeg. And then click Save. If you want to save a layered PSD with your design, you could go back here and go to File, Save As. And then this time just leave the drop-down menu as Save as Type Photoshop PSD. Maybe change the file name so you've got one file for each design. Please message me at melissabmockups.com if you have any questions, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you get updates to future videos. And as always, this mockup and other mockups are available at melissabmockups.com. Thank you.